At exactly 11:58 a.m., as lunch fires burned quietly beneath wooden homes, the ground beneath Tokyo decided to move, and nothing that followed would ever stand still again. The first tremor felt like a giant inhaling. Floors rippled, paper walls shuddered. Then the exhale came. Streets twisted, roofs folded inward, entire neighborhoods dropped as if the earth had shrugged them off. In the span of minutes, Tokyo and Yokohama were no longer cities. They were puzzles thrown violently apart. People ran into the streets clutching children, bowls, prayers. Temple bells rang without hands touching them. Smoke rose where kitchens had overturned, where charcoal stoves spilled fire onto tatami mats. And then the wind arrived, a dry, relentless wind. Fires leapt from house to house, block to block, feeding on tightly packed wood and paper. The quake had broken the city's bones, but the fire began to eat their flesh. Survivors fled toward open spaces, believing the worst was over. They were wrong. At the Rikugun Honjo Hifukusho clothing depot, thousands gathered, families, workers, strangers, huddled together under a sky that darkened at noon. Firestorms formed, spinning columns of flame roaring like living things. The air itself ignited. People fell not from burns but from breath stolen by heat so intense it erased oxygen. Elsewhere, rail lines bent like wire. Bridges collapsed mid-crossing. Ships tore free from moorings and crashed into flaming docks. Communication vanished. Rumors filled the silence, some dangerous, some deadly. Fear turned neighbor against neighbor as panic sought someone to blame. And yet, amid the chaos, there were moments of quiet courage. A mother shielding her child beneath fallen beams. A stranger pulling another from rubble without asking a name. Firefighters standing their ground until water ran dry. These moments flickered briefly, small lights against a vast dark. By nightfall, the cities glowed red. Over 100,000 lives were gone. Not in a single instant, but over hours of terror, confusion, and fire. The earthquake had lasted minutes. Its consequences would echo for generations. In the days that followed, ashes fell like snow. Survivors searched for voices that would never answer. Japan rebuilt, stronger, wiser, but forever marked by that September morning when nature reminded humanity how thin the ground beneath certainty truly is. The great Kantō earthquake was not just a disaster of shaking earth. It was a lesson in fragility, resilience, and the terrible speed at which normal life can vanish. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your support helps keep these stories alive and helps the channel grow.